Imagine walking into the airport in 2026, confident you've packed everything perfectly, only to have security pull out an item you've carried on dozens of flights without a second thought. That's the reality travelers are walking into right now. What used to be harmless is suddenly suspicious. What used to be allowed is now banned. And one specific everyday device, carried by millions, has quietly landed on restricted lists around the world, even though hardly anyone knows it yet. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what's changed, why it's changing, and which common items could now get you stopped, questioned, fined, or forced to throw away something expensive at the checkpoint. And trust me, there's one rule halfway through this video that blindsides almost everyone. The big shift happening behind the scenes is simple. Aviation security is no longer updating rules after incidents happen. They're updating rules based on what could happen. That means authorities are banning items preemptively, before most travelers even hear these changes exist. So let's start with one of the biggest disruptions of 2026, portable power banks. These tiny lifesavers cause more arguments at security than almost anything else. And this year, enforcement has become absolutely brutal. The rule that power banks must be in your carry-on bag is old. The difference now? Security agents are checking watt hours like never before. Most travelers have never checked the rating on their charger, but here's what matters. Anything up to 100 watt-hours is fine. Anything between 101 and 160 watt-hours requires airline approval you must get before arriving at the airport. Anything above that is banned completely. And if your power bank's label is faded, missing, printed in a foreign language, or simply unclear, confiscated. No debate, no negotiation. But that's not all. Cabin crew on some airlines are now asking passengers to stop using power banks during flights, even though it's not an official ban yet. The reason is one terrifying phrase most people never hear: thermal runaway. A lithium battery fire at 38,000 feet is a nightmare scenario, and airlines aren't taking chances. So if you rely on big power banks for laptops or work, you're now at higher risk of losing it at security. Do you think this rule is reasonable or overkill? And before we move on, quick question. Do you actually know the watt-hour rating on the power bank in your bag? Most people don't, and that's exactly why this rule catches them off guard. And trust me, the strangest banned item of all is still coming. The next surprise is smart luggage. For years, it's been a confusing mess of inconsistent rules, but in 2026, aviation authorities worldwide finally agreed on one universal standard. If the battery inside your smart suitcase cannot be removed, that suitcase is banned completely. Not in the cabin, not in checked luggage, not even with a waiver. If the battery doesn't come out, the bag doesn't fly. Even if the battery is removable, you must take it out before check-in or boarding and carry it separately. This rule alone has already destroyed entire luggage brands and caught thousands of travelers at check-in desks who had no idea their stylish smart bag was now useless. If your suitcase has a built-in tracker or charging port, do you know exactly how to remove the battery? If you're even a little unsure, that's a problem waiting to happen. Now let's talk about the item that almost everyone carries, but airlines are suddenly treating with extreme caution: wireless earbuds and Bluetooth trackers. These tiny devices have tiny batteries, yet they're now flagged as carry-on only on dozens of airlines worldwide. Smart trackers like AirTags? They're technically allowed, but the global debate about banning them revealed something important. Security agencies really don't like batteries they can't visually inspect. If it has a lithium cell, no matter how small, keep it in your cabin bag. That one rule alone saves people from arguments and last-minute searches every single day. Next comes the category where the most travelers get caught off guard: powders, liquids, and even your airport food. For years, travelers focused on the 100 milliliter liquid rule. In 2026, the new friction point is powders, specifically inorganic powders over 350 grams. Salt, sand, talc, cosmetic powders, even spa minerals you bought on holiday. If it's over the limit, it's banned from your cabin bag. Organic powders like coffee and baby formula are generally fine, but if they're in unlabeled bags, expect secondary screening that slows you down. And while many major airports are rolling out advanced CT scanners that relax liquid restrictions, there's a hidden trap. Just because you can bring full-size liquids at your departure airport does not mean you can bring them through your connecting airport. People breeze through Heathrow with a full-size sunscreen, only to have it confiscated in Lisbon, Frankfurt, Athens, or anywhere that hasn't updated their scanners yet. Until the new scanners are universal, sticking to the 100 milliliter rule is the safest option. But the real stinger? If you're flying from any non-EU country, including the UK, into the EU, meat and dairy are banned. That means your airport meal deal sandwich could get you a fine in the hundreds or thousands at EU customs. You can eat it on the plane, but you cannot bring leftovers with you. It's one of the most expensive mistakes travelers make today. Another minefield in 2026 is medication. Some of the most common prescriptions in the US and Europe are illegal in countries like Japan, Singapore, the UAE, and Qatar. This includes ADHD medication, strong painkillers like codeine, certain decongestants, anxiety medication, and even some sleep aids. Travelers have had medication seized, denied entry, questioned for hours, and in the worst cases, detained. The rules are tightening, and authorities want medication in its original labeled packaging with a doctor's letter. Pill organizers? Not accepted. No labels. High risk. Now let's talk personal grooming items, specifically butane-powered hair tools. These cordless gadgets are convenient, but they're now tightly regulated worldwide. They are banned from checked luggage entirely. You can bring one in your carry-on, but only if the safety cap is attached and you're carrying 0 spare cartridges. Not one, not even an empty one. Agents confiscate these constantly because most people don't know the rule, but the 2026 bans get even stranger. Smart water bottles. Yes, the fancy bottles with UV purifiers, Bluetooth trackers, screens, or hidden electronics are now being flagged in X-ray lines because internal wiring looks suspicious. Security lines move slower as agents try to work out what's a harmless bottle and what's a modified device. The advice is simple. If you travel frequently, bring a basic bottle with no tech. Here's something that hits photographers, business travelers, and digital nomads especially hard: encrypted external hard drives. Countries like China and Russia have already tightened restrictions around drives with encrypted storage that authorities can't inspect. Travelers have been told to wipe drives, surrender them, or face delays entering the country. If you rely on encrypted devices for work, you need a plan. Either travel with a clean drive, back up to the cloud, or leave sensitive equipment at home. And now let's address the big twist, the one teased earlier. It's not power banks, it's not smart luggage, it's not earbuds. The one category of device being quietly restricted, depending on airline and destination, is smartwatches with advanced cellular features. Not all smartwatches, but very specific models capable of connecting independently to networks. Authorities are worried about devices that can transmit data, scan networks, or operate independently inside an aircraft cabin. The rules aren't universal yet, enforcement is messy, and security agents aren't trained to recognize models on site. But it's coming, and inconsistencies mean travelers may suddenly be asked to remove or surrender devices they rely on daily. This isn't about your watch, it's about capabilities, the ability to send data, run applications, or connect autonomously in environments where signals must be controlled. As technology becomes more powerful, aviation security becomes more cautious. So what does all of this mean for your next trip? It means you need to rethink your packing list. It means you need to double-check your electronics, your grooming items, your medication, your food, and your liquids. It means checking your airline's banned item list before every flight because the rules are no longer universal. They change by country, by carrier, and sometimes even by route. Travelers should keep essential electronics in their carry-on, avoid oversized power banks, stick to basic water bottles, carry medication in original packaging with paperwork, and avoid bringing meat or dairy into the EU. Arrive earlier than usual. Security lines are slower due to increased physical inspections and new chemical screening procedures. And if in doubt, check the official website for your airline and destination before you leave home. The era of predictable airport rules is over. We're moving into a world where everyday items can suddenly become restricted because technology is evolving faster than aviation security can keep up. What's allowed today might not be allowed tomorrow. If you want reliable updates that help you travel smarter, not surprised, check the description for resources that list current rules by airline and country. And if you learned something today, hit subscribe so you never miss travel updates that could save you time, money, or a very expensive power bank at security. Looking for the best countries to live, invest, or retire in? You'll find the full guides and resources inside the Horizon Society School Group, linked below. Safe travels, and see you in the next video.